Cal Barnicoat, and I lived at 67 Sackville Street, Stanwell. We've since moved to 94 near Cole Road, Stanwell. And my memories of that flood were watching the flood all night, Brian was, and 4 in the morning the neighbour come over and Brian said, "This will be Chris saying the banks of the creek are broken," and he went down and the creek was at our bottom step. So he said, "Get the cars and the dogs and we're gone." So we did that and went and got our son and his wife out of their house and said, "Get your car out," which we did. Then we sat down and watched the water rise and rise and rise. 5 o'clock I went back to the house, and like every time you put your shoes down somewhere they'd disappear in the water, you'd go and get them again. And we were putting chooks and things all up high away from the water, the highest point we could think of. And then we went back to the other house, Craig's place, and at 6 o'clock we went up there and we couldn't go there again. The water was too strong. And then we just saw it going in the windows of the house and taking everything. So our memories are losing everything, and still today we still go looking for things that we haven't got. I was watching the flood come and go into our windows, and on my front veranda I had a Major Mitchell cockatoo, an Alexandrine, or 2 Alexandrines, an Indian ringneck, what else was out there? Glar, all out in cages on the veranda, and they're all hand tamed. And we had our big white cockatoo in a big, like a telephone booth actually, cage. It's still down at the old house, and it's on concrete. And we watched that go. We heard the cocky screeching, and we knew that when we went over we wouldn't find them. And they were all dead. And we had our cat, and we had 2 birds inside the house, and the 2 inside the house were alive. And we went in and we heard the Alexandrine yell out, and I said, "Bozo's alive," and I don't know where sort of thing. And I had to get over the top of all the cupboards and everything that was all mud and slush in the rooms and get him out of the kitchen. So we saved 1 and a cockatiel. That's all we saved out of all our birds. And the cat was in the main bedroom sitting on the bed. He must have rode the flood.
Just losing everything, I just told the wife I couldn't do it. Go through all that again and try and build up what we had there. Like we had pergolas all around the house, pool and spa, everything we had at the back of the house was just all disappeared. I just couldn't believe it was all gone, you know. And the sheds, I had visions of going back and getting it all going, but insurance wiped it me out completely. They wouldn't, or they paid out what our access and all that was, you know, and money that was owing to us, but wouldn't have been able to rebuild what we had because I'm not old. Yeah, I'm too old to start from where I had before. You know, it took me, 20 years or something to get everything I had there before. So, yeah, that was the hardest part, looking at that and saying, well, all that work's gone, and I've got nothing to show for it, you know. But we made a decision to go and buy a caravan to live back there, and on the day we were going to buy a caravan, I seen this house here for sale, and I thought, well, we'll talk to these people on the way home, and the wife said, "Well, no, you'll never be able to afford that, it's too much for us." And anyway, on the way home we called in and had a bit of a yarn with the lady here, and I called Val, and it was in our price range, we had the money, and I thought, well, why not? So left me short, I'm real short, but we'll manage, at least we own it, so that's the main thing. That'll do me.